Hi everybody, I'm Cindy.
And I'm outstanding in my field.
And that's Gary. He's outstanding in his field. Don't know if you can hear him very well or not, but we are in one of our gardens. And as you can see, our potatoes look absolutely amazing. And we've got a little bit of onion over here. Let me move out the way. And Gary is working on pathways, but in the garden. So let's take a little stroll. Yep, here's. So we've got two gardens going, and Gary's digging in the potato plants. They are super big, super tall. But we have a cilantro here. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that cilantro. And then radishes and lettuce and kohlrabi. And then we have Swiss chard, then carrots and beets at the very end of this row. Just super cool. The garden is looking amazing. We're just going to do a real quick run through of the garden and let you guys see a little bit of stuff here. Peas, marigolds, pepper plants. There's bell pepper plants in there. Our tomato plants back up in here. Chickens. They are a little camera shy today. So we have our good mother Stallard beans growing on our trellis right here on both sides. This row here we've got sweet potatoes in this row, okra in this row. We've got our green beans here. They did not germinate well, but that's where our green beans are. And then our black turtle beans are in this row, and at the very end of the black turtle beans are cowpeas. Ozark Razorback cowpeas.
At the end of this row is some Ozark Razorback cowpeas, and I'm very impressed because you can see they're germinating, they're popping up, and I think they've been in the ground 5 days. They've been in the ground 5 days and most of them are up already. And that's really impressive to me. And everything's just right now, the moisture and the temperature and everything, but they sure did pop up. We got those at Baker Creek.
And then what beans do you have on this trellis here?
These are willow leaf lima beans, and we planted them last year. They really did good. We were really tickled with them. And so we planted them again this year, and some of them didn't germinate, but we planted some more, and they're coming up pretty good.
And then you've got your zucchini and yellow squash. Yep. And then the corn, and in the corn is some Cherokee Trelatiers beans, and the corn is a candy corn.
It is peaches and cream sweet corn. Yep.
Peaches and cream sweet.
And the good mother Stallards here on this trellis have done really well. They got planted at the same time as most of the rest of these beans, and they've just popped up really good. So we're tickled with them.
We got our cucumbers growing on this trellis.
Then we've got some cabbages here, which are really doing pretty good. A tickle with them. Look at that cabbage head. And then right here, we have broccoli. That's about ready to pick it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Onions, potatoes, and we'll go up to the raised bed. Here we got our raised bed, and in it is lettuce, garlic, and our Egyptian walking onions, and they look just absolutely beautiful. That's my favorite onion to grow.
We have spaghetti squash planted around this tree. Last year we planted loofahs around here, and they climbed the tree, so we're going to see if the spaghetti squash will do that this year. You can see they're coming up really good, putting on second leaves, so we hope they do well.
Here in the front of the house we have a tomato in a planter, and we got our celery up against the walkway there, or against the porch there. We've got some flowers. There's some sage just on the other side of the tomato plant, and way up in the corner by the steps is my mint plant. Here on the porch, we have 3 planters, 2 with broccoli and flowers in them, and 1 with a tomato plant in it. Gary planted some watermelon seeds here at the end of the porch, and we'll see how they go.
We've got an old stump where we cut a tree down here, and we've planted some squash. There is some burdock here, but we planted some squash. This is the squash, and it's all the way around here. We planted 3 varieties here. We planted the Georgia Candy Roaster. We planted Long Island cheese, and we also planted some seeds from what was supposed to have been a Seminole pumpkin, but didn't look like a Seminole pumpkin. We saved some seeds from it because we like the way it grew and we like the squash and the way it's stored. So we're planting it again, and we're planting all 3 of them together kind of on purpose to kind of see what we can get out of them. So we've got them growing around this old tree stump that we've carved a cross in. So yep, we're growing them to kind of here as a pretty in the yard and also as a food source.
So that concludes our garden tour. So thank you guys for coming along and looking at our little homestead here in Missouri. So thank you for watching.
And remember,
God made you special.
and He loves you very much.
Have a good week, y'all.